Hi, my name's Lizzie. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you're a follower, a subscriber. Um, it's really great to have you here with me today to talk in a very decaffeinated way. I think it's 6:15 in the morning about my stitching. So forgive me if there are any yawnings. It's been a really busy time since I last made a Flosstube video. I did my first full day in my new job yesterday, and to say it exhausted me would be an understatement. It was great, but yeah, I haven't worked full time in a number of years. So yes, so this is a Flosstube channel, which means it's basically about cross stitch for me, and all the things I've stitched. It's more of a like shopping channel this week, I think. More not that you can buy through me, but you know, like the things I've bought. I haven't really stitched. I feel like I haven't stitched much in the last couple of weeks because I haven't touched many projects, I think. But I'll show you what I've got done. I do have a finish. I just got to remember where I've put it. I have started this video many times because I can't get words to form properly, and because of that I've actually lost my finish. I've put it down. Oh no, I've put it down somewhere. So my finish, I found it. Don't panic, everybody, not that you were. I've finished it as much as it's going to be finished. There is some wording that I've missed out because I wanted it to be fit in a specific frame. It didn't fit in the specific frame that I had in mind, which is a bit of a shame. So I need to get it a slightly bigger one, but I wanted it to stay quite dinky. So without any further ado, whatever the phrase is, I'm quite insane when I haven't had coffee in the morning. Here is The Uniqueness of Others by Yasmin Made with Love. Yasmin's Made with Love, which was a fundraising chart for her London Marathon fundraising, which is happening in 2 months. So London Marathon, I think it's on April 23rd or something, 24th or something. She's raising money for MenCap. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? And this was one of her fundraiser charts. She's got 5, I think, in total. So you should go and check her out and see what takes your fancy. But oh, isn't he beautiful? He's been a joy to stitch. I've absolutely. So I'm just seeing if there's. Yeah, there is long stitch here. Couldn't quite see it. I thought, well, I've missed one leaf. Leaf, petal. No, feather. They're not leaves. They're not petals. They're feathers. Gosh, I think I've shown this long enough for YouTube to make it my little screenshot. I hope so. I love him. He's called Patrice. Well, in my head, he's called Patrice. I name everything. And I would like him framed to live up here. So yeah, it has got some wording underneath, but I wanted to keep it dinky. Isn't he gorgeous? I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. There we go. Did I say I'd started this video many times because I couldn't make words? So be warned. Be warned. I am decaffeinated. So here is a project portfolio that I've made by the pattern by Tiger Lily Designs. I love these. They're like, I haven't used extra strong batting like she does, as you can tell because I can bend it in half easily. But they're like having a little quilt on your lap. So whether I'll use them in the summer, I don't know. But at the moment, I get cold when I stop stitching because I haven't got this on my lap. Here is my first whip that I'm going to show you today. I haven't got many to show you. And it's Snowdrop Cottage by Little Dove Designs. And the pattern is in the February 2023 issue of Cross Stitch magazine. And I didn't meet my target from 2 weeks ago, which was to stitch this row of croci. basically because I put all my stitchy time into Patrice the peacock. But I have got a bit done. That's the back. This is the front. I did not enjoy stitching those white hearts, I tell you, but now I'm filling in with the pink. They look quite nice, but when I was doing it they were looking a bit ropey. I'm stitching this on, I want to say 32 count, but it might be 28. Yeah, 28 count Brittany in Tranquil Grey. So it's an even weave, and it's Zweigart 28 count Brittany in Tranquil Grey, because I ordered it from the magazine supplier, the kit. So that's in all the DMCs. I mean, it's great, you get skeins of the DMCs you need, so it's not just like, oh, you'll only need this much, which I find is great, because then I can bobinate it and keep it for other projects once I'm finished. Once I'm finished. I love my what's the word? Hilariousness, no, optimism. So that I touched that this week. What else did I touch? Well, in the past 2 weeks, isn't it? I'm going to keep that on my lap to keep my lap warm, because I'm not sitting back in my seats because I've got a dog behind me, so he doesn't bark. He's on my heated pillow, which I turned on because my back's a bit sore. I don't get to use it though. So I've done only a little bit more on this project, which is Oak King. Let me get the chart cover so you can see it. Hold on. And I'm back. So this is going to be the Oak King. It's artwork by Anne Stokes and charted by Pain Free Crafts. They're on the Scottish borders, licensing company and sort of cross-stitch superstar type shop. I believe they have an actual shop, and one day I want to go there. So I'm stitching him 1/1 on 32 count. It's easy 32 count easy grids, and I'm using the DMCs that they sent me in my kit pack from Pain Free Crafts. And obviously, because it's the 1/1 on 32 count, it's quite slow progress. I'm using Pattern Keeper. I couldn't tell you where my tablet is, so I can't tell you how much I've done, but I can show you how much I've done because he's just here. I wanted to get to the end of the first page by the end of the weekend, but as I didn't touch him over the weekend, it didn't happen. There we go, you can just see that top tree. Oh, if I get the pattern out, picture out again, we can compare, can't we? We can compare. Ooh, excuse me. It's not going to be that much bigger than the A4 picture if I get out of it. So I've done that top corner, but not finished the page, unfortunately. But I am just colour completing as much as I fancy it. I might do 2 threads of a colour and then get bored and want to switch, or I'm at the point in some of it that there's little itty bitty stitches, which takes ages. So there we are. But I have worked on him and I do love him. Maybe I'll leave that out and do it when I get home from work, although that's a lot of lifting your arms. Oh, I was so tired yesterday. But then I'm not going to the gym before work today because I'm doing this instead. What a good excuse, eh? Although if I get stuck in traffic, I will be, I shouldn't have made that Flosstube video. That's something new I've started, going to the gym, because I don't like sitting in traffic. So I thought if I leave an hour and a half early and go to the gym, which is a sort of on site, then A, I've parked my car, B, I've got through the traffic in quick time, and C, I've actually done some exercise. So I've done 2 days. That's not bad considering I joined on Saturday. I went on Sunday and I went yesterday morning before work. I will go tomorrow morning before work. What else have I stitched on? I'm just thinking in my head. as you do think in your head. So, well, you can think out loud. I often do that. I think my new colleague's going to get quite fed up with me doing that, in fact. That I haven't stitched on. That I haven't stitched on. I don't even know what's in that. That's a new start. That's a new start. What's in here? Bernard's books, but I haven't stitched on that since I saw you last. Haven't stitched on that, haven't stitched on that. There's nothing in there. See, now I'm thinking out loud. So out of my head. What? I can't even remember what I said now. Sorry. This is pure. Oh, let's talk about this whip, because I have stitched on it. I've also frogged it a fair bit, but now it's going to be correct. So, last time I showed this was the whole, should I stop it and do it on another fabric? Well, it is Monochrome embroidery stitch along for this year, and the debate was, shall I start on another fabric, because can you see that seam allowance, and it's going to be a seam allowance, not a border, what's the word, you know, where you have fabric at the edge, isn't very much. It doesn't look like that bit of stitching there in the middle is very straight. Have I missed half a stitch and gone wonky? Oh, I hope not. Anyhow, so I've stitched down to the bottom of this piece of fabric, and then what I'm going to do next time I'm feeling energetic, because my sewing machine, getting my sewing machine out is quite an ordeal at the moment, is bind it with this bias binding. Let's see if I can show you a bit better. So I'm going to iron on some gluey interfacing, like a teeny tiny strip, and then I'm going to sew this on like 2 stitches away, all the way around the edge. So but I'll do across the top, down the side, and then leave a tail, because I don't know, well, I do know because I can work it out from there, but I haven't stitched it, and then that's going to be how I hang it up anyway. So, and then I don't have to waste all that stitching, because I do like the colours. I like the fact my daughter chose them for me, and so it will remind me of her. Not that I need reminding of her, but you know what I mean. I'll think of her when I see them. I've bought them all, that's the main thing. I've got them, and I don't know if I'd use them in a big project otherwise. So I'm going to have a bash. I've just dropped that bias binding and it's on the floor. I'm going to have a bash at finishing it off. Finishing it off. It makes it sound, look at my hair. It makes it sound like it's something I could just click my fingers and do. I'm going to have a go at getting it done. Could be my work project in a week or two, because 2 days a week I have a long lunch break, like an hour. 3 days a week I just have half an hour. I think that's how it works. So that's that, and the project bag for this one is just a little project bag I made with some gorgeous fabric, and I literally screw it up and shove it in. I can't tell you what DMCs I'm using for that because I don't know off the top of my head, I'm afraid. Not very helpful today, am I? But I'm stitching it on 32 count heirloom by Polstitches, and I'm doing it 2/2. Okay, I think that's all the works in progresses that I've touched. Literally, this boy took a lot of my time. So here's a new start, and I believe I showed you the pattern for this, which I don't have. Oh, I don't want to do editing and insert it. Bear with me, I'll go fetch it. So I did have it, it was just on the floor down here. Everything's on the floor down here. This is, oh, sorry for the glare. Oh no, you don't need to see my system online. Press the button. Ooh. Can you see that? Walkway in Monochrome by Stitching Jules Designs. There it is. And I'm doing it one over, I mean, it's a huge pattern. It is a huge pattern. I haven't done much. Don't get excited. I've done, I don't know why I'm showing it to you. Apparently I've done 80 stitches. And I'm doing it 1 over 1 on 32 count. So maybe I should have left it another week before I brought it out to show you guys. Oh really? Oh, I don't need a piece of cardboard behind this. I can use my thumb. Oh, that's really funny. I thought I'd done more. So I've done 80 of the 92,182 stitches. Sorry, you didn't need to see that, did you? I'm stitching it on just some white Zweigart 32 count even weave. I think it's white, it might be off white. What was they called? Antique white, not off white. That's not a very attractive name. So I'm stitching it 1 over 1 on 32 count Zweigart even weave, and I'm using Roxy Flosstube crème brulee. Now I was looking for an overdyed because I want it to take on that sort of sandstony look, and Evertote's had a bit of a sale on the day my daughter was in hospital. Oh, we sat in A&E with the sewing machine needle thing. For those of you who haven't watched previous ones, she stuck a sewing machine needle through her finger accidentally in school, and it snapped. So I was a little bit stressed, and I comfort shopped. Can you see the variegation? You can, but it's not true to colour. So anyway, I think this is beautifully variegated creme brulee by Roxy Flosstube. Bit of a treat, and I think it's going to do this project proud, and it is one that I will have hang on my wall forever once I've done more than 80 stitches. I've not even done 1%, I don't think. I honestly thought I'd done more than 80 stitches. Maybe I should take this one to be my workpiece. 0.09%, so not even 0.1%. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's embarrassing, sorry. I might put that in my work bag. I have another new start. Having just said how embarrassing that is, here's another little new start. I was inspired by Sammy Little Loops Designs, I think she's now on Instagram, to start my year in the woods by Little Cottage by Cottage Garden Samplings. The only one I've got at the moment is the bear, because he reminds me, I don't know why, I don't think he likes me saying it, but it reminds me of my husband. I saw it and thought, that's Matthew. Whoops. So that's the chart, and here's my start. Somewhere on this massive piece of fabric that I don't want to cut till I know where I'm going. That's the front, and I think it goes that way up. So this is showing quite true there, the colours. It's by Polstitches again, and it's called kept the bag with the label on, sorry for any twinkling. Seashell. It's 32 count Murano Lugana. And it's beautiful. Isn't it a treat to be able to stitch on things like this? I love it. See, now this would be a good work piece. Well, no, it wouldn't. I wouldn't want to get that much fabric out at work. Not pretty fabric anyway. Not that work's a problem. I already think they think I'm mad. Spent a good section of my lunch break talking about why cabbage leaves are good at treating mastitis. They think I'm bonkers. It fitted in with the conversation we were having. I just didn't come out with it, but yeah. Sometimes you never know when to let go of a subject, and I really should let go of that before it came out of my mouth. Let alone 5 minutes later. Anyhow, I think that's everything I've stitched this week. As you can probably tell, I've not kept up with those cards yet, or I haven't got them ready now. I think I've kept up with them, I just haven't got them out to show you, which made things so much, for those of you that are new, these are the cards I'm talking about. They're brilliant. They're by Zweigart Designs on Etsy, and you can put your chart details in at the top and then tick off the days you've worked on it. So as you can see, my 80 stitches on my walkway and monochrome got 1 day stitching in February. It's March tomorrow. That's exciting, isn't it? Maybe I'll do another evening stitching. I make all these plans and I'm going to come home from work and I'm going to be asleep within seconds. So I'd said I'd been shopping a little bit. What have I got to show you though? Oh yes, these. These are new releases by Bothy Threads Designs. I'm a sucker for Bothy threads in that I collect them and I don't stitch them very quickly or regularly, but I think they're gorgeous. Look, this is called So It Begins. Isn't that the cutest little thing? I want to put it, I've got an oval frame and I think that'll sit really nicely in an oval frame rather than in a hoop. I love it. I might change the colours to purple though, because that's my favourite colour. And then I also bought at the same time, this is their new range, Eucalyptus. And that's just cute as well. And they've made all their packaging plastic free, literally everything, even the needle minder is plastic free, so fully recycling. Doesn't fit in my Bothy drawer, which I extended to be a bigger drawer because I've got so many projects in there, but they're quite stackable on top. Happy with those. They could be a work piece. No, I'm joking. I do actually have a work project which I'll show you in a second when I can find it. It's fallen off. And then I purchased, I was influenced by a lovely group of ladies to purchase this pattern, and I love it. But then I had to purchase another pattern because I have this fear of missing out. When I see a pattern I like, because I nearly didn't get Oak King because I saw it on Heaven and Earth Designs and then it had gone. And then months and months and months later I saw it on Pain Free Crafts and bought it straight away because I was distraught that I couldn't stitch it when I saw it had gone off Heaven and Earth Designs. So there are a group of us on Instagram stitching this baby. Isn't she beautiful? Well, we haven't started yet. We're going to start once everybody's got their packs ready. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at her. I've called her Sybil which is a reference to Fawlty Towers, because in one of the episodes, Basil Fawlty makes reference to his wife being a dragon. But look at her. I love her, and I haven't even started stitching her. I will start in the top left corner, because I think that, I don't think I'm going to put them on a frame. I'm going to do them in hand, well, not in hand, but in a hoop, so I can sit and stitch anywhere. And then she might get a bit more progress than Oak King does. So yeah, I got the whole kit from Oak. More coffee from Painfree Crafts, and they're great. They send you all the threads bundled up. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards of 10 threads. So that's 70 colours. Isn't he gorgeous? She's a she. Oak King's a he. Got the matching needle minder, because, you know, why wouldn't you? And then, of course, like I said, there was, it's like a companion piece, but so that original artwork is by Gudrun Hall. And then I got a matching piece. I'm just finding it here on my tablet. There was a matching piece by, well, I'm not sure if the artist is the same, bear with me. This one's an AI image. I don't really understand the ins and outs of all that. But this is by Artisy. And I've called him Basil. And so can you imagine them both on the wall looking at each other? Aren't they fab? And then someone, you know, made the comment it would be great to have one face on, so you can have a triptych of them. But we shall see what happens. I mean, the one I've got is 209,000 stitches. Basil is over 220. No, he's 240,000 stitches. So I think we're looking at, what, 5 years work at least, maybe 7. I'll be 50. If I can get them finished for my 50th birthday and Oak King, that would be amazing, I think. Maybe that should be my goal for them. Technically it's 6 years, because I'm going to be 44 in March. That's doable, right? Who am I kidding? They'll go in my coffin half finished. Hey ho. Right, I better get ready for work. Let me quickly show you what I'm working on in my lunch breaks. I've just covered it up. What I'm working on in my lunch breaks, I've been there one day. I've had one lunch break. And this is what I did. I sewed some hexagons together. I'm a quilter now, people. Very excited. So I'm sewing hexagons together. I'm going to make, of course, a double bed quilt, and it's going to be finished in like no time at all, of course, with little 1.5 inch hexagons. I want it for my bed. And it's going to be I'm not making daisies. I'm going to make like a diamond pattern, and then put a really dark colour in between to make it look like or a light colour, I'm not sure, but I think a dark colour would make it look like stained glass windows. So this fabric I got from Yasmin Made with Love was having a little de-stash, and I bought her pinks and purple, or mostly sort of pinky purple set, and which is great because they're my colours. Here's some more, look, love these stripes. And I've got some with flowers on. That's not a flower. little crosses, little flowers. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And then so I've got that in a little bag, little tin with needles and thread. I need to thread up a needle before I go because the light's not brilliant in the staff room, and they're incredibly small needles to thread, but nice to stitch with. Had a bit of a rant about that at the weekend to my friend Fiona, how small the holes were. They're like tiny needles with large holes, large eyes. On the packaging it says cannot thread it for toffee. Oh yes, and so when she sent me that fabric, she sent me also, bless her, cotton socks. Happy mail indeed. A, because I'd forgotten I bought the fabric, but B, she sent me these 3 weeks dye works colours and a pattern that I picked up this morning to show to you, but I can't find. So it's Maloka, is it Maloka Designs? I literally picked it up when I picked these up and then it was gone again. So she sent me, look at these colours. Are they not just beautiful? Thank you so much, Yasmin. They're just gorgeous. It's graphite, lilac, and Charlotte's pink. Charlotte's pink. It would be nice if it was called Charlotte's picnic, I think. Look. Graphite, lilac, Charlotte's pink. I love them. They will be stitched in something very special, I promise you. I don't know what at the moment. I'm just like looking at them. I have them sort of hung here and I just look at them and stroke them. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I have to go and get ready for work because obviously I'm not going to go in my massive slouchy jumper. I'm a bit cross that I didn't get to use my heated pillow on my back at all, but the dog is quite happily having a snuggle, which makes me feel better about going to work. Hello, good to see the people. Perhaps the people, no, he's gone back to sleep. I'll try and do this once a week. I can't, or maybe every fortnight now, because I can't imagine I'm going to have massive progress. So if you subscribe and turn on the bell, it will give you an alert when I've made another crazy decaffeinated video, and that'll be good, won't it? Have a great week or fortnight, depending on how much stitching I get done, because there's no point coming on here and just showing you, oh yeah, I made 6 stitches, or 80. In the case of walkway, I honestly thought I'd done more. Yeah, have a great however long, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care, and thank you for visiting me here. Yeah, no, I'll tell you about that next time. Take care. Bye bye.